So, should Creole be an official language in St. Lucia? I think you guys know by now where I stand on this topic, but let's hear what the people had to say.
Honestly speaking, I'll say no to that because at school, no fair, what you call French, a subject French, Dutch, Spanish. So Creole is not one of the things that should be taught to any student right now. It's French. Let's do pure French and just learn the French language and it will be even better for us.
So you're not supporting the Creole language being an official language of our country?
I'm not supporting that Creole thing. I know French.
Are you surprised? You shouldn't be, if you are. There are always going to be people who don't know a thing about the Creole language. They speak it, but they don't really know its history. And this man stems from a place where he hasn't unlearned the things that he's been taught that are incorrect. Notice that he mentioned French, Spanish, and Dutch, the European languages being taught at school, that we should be learning that instead of Creole, right? What's to say we can't learn it alongside Creole? I have been convinced that anybody who is against Creole being official in their country as their official language, as the language of their ancestors, their grandparents, their parents, and so on, they just don't know the reason that they're speaking English right now. They don't know how much that as a black man, you're seen by the Europeans speaking their language. You speaking English, speaking their language. You speaking French, speaking their language. You speaking Dutch and Spanish, speaking their language. Their language is officialized in their country, and their language is also officialized in ours. When our own language isn't officialized in their country, and our own language isn't officialized in ours, what does that say to you? Why are you able to speak their language? You know, you guys don't ask yourself these questions just because you don't really care. It's just never occurred to you in that way. Creole being official in St. Lucia alongside English, okay? It's one of the best things that you can do for your island. And not just for your island, but for the identity of your people. That way we can stop having people like this thinking negatively about the language, and then we are able to move forward. But then why is this man thinking like that? It's the only thing that he's heard. Probably his parents said the same thing and he learned it from them. And they learned it from their parents, and their parents learned it from their parents, and their parents learned it from their parents. And we can go on and on and on like this, which eventually they learned it from the colonizers. But let's quickly take a look at something that he said.
No to that because at school, no fair.
Did you guys hear it? He said, because at school, nous fait. He didn't speak French. He didn't speak Dutch. He didn't speak Spanish. He said nous fait with a very much Creole accent. Something that came so naturally to him shouldn't be officialized in his country, huh? We are all ignorant to something until we know better. Hope he gets to know better.